Alright, I'm just going to give you a quick little tutorial on how I like to cut my inner barrels. Purposes for cutting your inner barrels, you know, common sense, save money, or whatever the case may be. If you change your setup and you need a shorter barrel, you know, no sense in dishing out $30 to $40 for another tight bore. If you've got the tools and stuff you need, you can go ahead and just do it yourself. So some of the tools I use, obviously, I prefer the Dremel. If you have a very fine tooth hacksaw, that'll work good too. You'll need something to hold it steady. Now, while this is a vise, I will not clamp it down because I don't want to take a chance on squeezing the barrel and, you know, getting it out of shape. I mainly just use it just as a point to hold it still from side to side. Something else you can use, an X-Acto knife. Once we get the barrel cut, it's going to be kind of burred up on the inside. You can take that. You can take your X-Acto knife and just go around the inside of the barrel and clean those burrs up. After that, I will go to my steel countersink here. You can pick these up at Lowe's, Home Depot, or wherever. This will, it's up to you. You don't have to do it. I prefer to do it. This will put your beveled edge back on the end, or some people call it a crown, whatever. So, let's go ahead and get started. First thing you're going to want to do is, of course, measure your barrel. Once you've got your barrel measured, go ahead and start your cutting procedure. Once you have your inner barrel cut off, you'll have your extra. You can throw it whatever, keep it, whatever. But it's gonna, it's hot. You know, you should have a nice edge like that. I can't stress enough, take your time with a Dremel. You need to rotate. You need to be rotating the barrel as you're cutting, which can be kind of hard, you know, your first couple times so you get it down pat. The reason being, the Dremel hits before your cutoff wheel actually does. So you'll have if you cut through it, you'll have an angle. So it'll come out looking crappy. But that is what it should look like. And now we can go ahead and take our little craft knife here. Just clean off these burrs, which, you know, if you're going to use the countersink, you don't have to do this. Also, be careful not to scar up the inside of your barrel at all. In reality, it is, you know, better just to buy the right size barrel for your gun. But, you know, if you're on a budget, there's no reason you can't do it yourself. So, clean off all the burrs. And now, we will go ahead and use the steel countersink. Also, normally, you know, I wouldn't suggest having your hop-up unit on here. The reason mine is because this barrel was dedicated for a certain gun. It's got an R-hop patch and all that, and then once everything was said and done, I went ahead and used some gasket maker. It sealed everything up around here. So there's no barrel wobble, there's no air leaks, and that barrel ain't going nowhere. So instead of trying to peel all that out and, you know, went ahead and just put some tissue inside the barrel, so don't have to worry about debris getting down in there. Alright, countersink. Now with the countersink, it's up to you on how far you want to go with it, how much of a crown you want or a bevel. I just like to use it to clean up just the edge a little bit on the inside, so you don't have to go real crazy with it. So just, you know, get it lined up in there so it's nice and you know, centered. You just want to keep some light, even pressure. I'll just bump the trigger like that. I won't go full out because it starts vibrating a lot. So you just need a little, especially with aluminum, it don't take much. There you go. You've got a nice, professional looking barrel again. Not all jacked up from your Dremel. So hope this helped. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment.